Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to yet another Figma review, and today I'm taking a look at Figma number 278, Emiya Shirou 2.0 from Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. So first off, let's take a quick look at the box. There's the front of the box with the window into the figure, there's the left hand side of the box, there is the right hand side of the box, the top, the bottom, and finally there's the back with what this figure will look like out of the box and in action, and so far this looks pretty damn sweet, so let's bust this thing out and see what we've got. So there's a very quick look at the clear inner packaging. We've got the figure itself, iron bar, school bag, two alternate faces, swords, alternate feet, and of course down here we've got the Figma bag as well as the alternate hands. Now let's get them out of here. So finally there is Emiya out of the box, and as usual, and as I always say with a Figma, this thing looks incredible. The paintwork on here is absolutely flawless. That perfect Max Factory matte paint everywhere. Finally now zooming into the head, and Emiya is quite a plain looking character, but I really do think they've pulled it off here. The spikes on the hair look great. There is a little bit of a seam, but it's quite well hidden in there. There is a round to the back, and so far, that looks great. So there is Emiya with everything that he comes with. As for faces, we've got that default face that you've seen already, what looks like a kind of worried expression, and finally then we have this really expressive shouting face, and this one right here, this has to be my favorite. And as for hands, we've got those default fists, which you can see right there, and on the rack here you can see the alternate hands. We've got two widespread hands, two hands for holding things, two of these hands here with the bent fingers, and finally up here we've got this right hand that seems to be using his reinforcement magic, or trace on, or something like that. The alternate feet we get in here are a pair of school slippers, we've got a reinforced pipe, and just like with Archer we get his swords, Kansho and Bakuya. And lastly then is the school bag with metallic silver and gloss brown. So finally now let's blast through the articulation. So first off there's the head all the way down, all the way up again, and that can probably spin all the way around, but sometimes that might screw up the orientation of the joint of the neck, so I'm not going to do that. But you probably can if you want to. There is the arm all the way up. That's pretty good. You can rotate it up even further like that. There is the bend at the elbow. Not so bad there. At the wrist we've got that typical Figma joint, so that we've got some flexion and extension like that, as well as rotation. The waist joint here has to be my favorite aspect of this figure. This has been so cleverly done. Basically this just looks like a fold in the material, but that is actually a slot or a slit sort of in the actual plastic, so that folds inside of that like this. Like I said, this is extremely clever, but he doesn't seem to hold much of that bend when you bend him down though. Next up then we have a joint at the waist, so we have a bit of side to side, some rotation there. This feels like it can pull up and down a little bit. There are the legs all the way out, all the way up to the front, all the way out to the back. No rotation in the thigh here. Next, the bend at the knee. I know some people don't tend to like this big massive disc sticking out there, but for most angles you don't actually see it unless you're looking directly at the back. So that's not really the worst. But anyway, there's that bend at the knee again. Finally now down to the foot, there's all the way down, all the way up. Not too much there because of the pants. Turn that around so you've got a full rotation there. Of course the side to side pivot, and lastly then the bend at the toe. So all in all, pretty cool. So that is it for the review. And again, another awesome Fate Stay Night Figma. The Fate line of Figma has to be one of my favorite lines, and I can't deny that I am more than happy to stick him in with all my others. We've got a really nice set of accessories in here. The figure looks exactly like Emiya. It looks awesome. And all in all, I really don't have anything negative to say. So if you like Fate Stay Night, if you like Emiya, then this one is the one for you. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and as always, make sure to come back for more Figma reviews. See you next time. Now just stick him in here where he belongs with everyone else. By the way, this is one of the best bases I've ever bought. Can't remember what it's called, but if you want to see a review on something like this, let me know if you want to see something besides figures. Because trying to mash together all those little Figma bases is a pain in the ass. This thing right here is awesome.